Peter, you probably liked that first period quite a bit. Did you just feel like you guys didn't weather the eventual push that you probably knew Florida was going to make to start the second?
Yeah, I thought the second period could have been better. I did like the first, and then the second. I would agree with that.
Peter, Chris Kreider was, I guess, pretty hard on himself when talking about his game tonight. What are you seeing out of him and Mika in that line in general?
You know, they're working. We're spending a little bit too much time playing defense, especially in the second period, and that happened last game as well. And so we're not able to move and generate the way that we want to out there. They come at you hard. They dump a lot of pucks. They forecheck hard, and so you're not spending time in the right zone. I think those players that you're talking about, like, they want to get out of the defensive zone. They want to get into the offensive zone where they can make an impact in the game. And so that's something I thought we did a much better job at home of controlling the play. But there was a spot in the game 3 and then a spot here in game 4 where, you know, we didn't get that push that we need out of the period, and it keeps guys, I think, from playing in the zone that they don't want, you know, that they want to get to. They're not there.
Stay on the left.
Just to follow up on that one, Peter, you know, we saw Jack start there tonight after Phil was in there the last couple of games, and then you go to Capo later. I mean, are you just kind of looking for someone to put their stamp in that spot and really solidify that role?
Well, I thought, yeah, I mean, that's, you know, I thought Capo, the change was made for me based on Capo and what I saw in the first part of the game. He was moving, he was protecting pucks, he was looking to create and generate, and so to try and make that switch to see if it could try to move the needle in the direction to the offensive zone.
Left side in the middle.
This wasn't the kind of storybook ending that, you know, Blake Wheeler would have invited, but what did you see from him in the game tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he just jammed up there on that call and just worked backwards, and but he came out. I thought he gave us, you know, some good minutes. It was a long road for him to get back, and you know, I thought he came in, and there was times where, you know, Gaudreau, Rempe, and Wheeler put it in the offensive zone, and they actually stayed down there and were able to occupy some time and spend some minutes down there. So for his first game back in a while, I thought he was good.
Up front.
Now that, just to follow up on that, I mean, he's in the game. Obviously, you throw him out there in the overtime. You know, what did you see on that particular play? I mean, and is, you know, taking the penalty the only thing he can do at that point?
Yeah, I mean, they got behind us. There was a turnover at the offensive blue line, and like I said, it was a tough spot for him to be in. There was a lot of heat on him, a lot of pressure, and it was more what they did, I think, than him doing something. He was surrounded by a couple of players, so you know, it bounces back the other way. The guys were chasing it down the best they could, and ended up having to get a stick on it.
Right side in the middle.
Peter, I know the power play gets one tonight, but this is the first time in a while it feels like you guys have been on the wrong end of the special teams. Is there any way to just get out of that as far as the discipline and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, listen, leave last series and into this series, we're playing a team that's good on the power play and the penalty kill, and we have been as well. And you're right, they got us tonight. Tomorrow's a new day.
In the back, Art.
We talked a lot about Igor last game. Seems like right from the drop of the puck, he was completely dialed in and helped you guys get even to the overtime again.
Yeah, he was, especially like I said in the second. There was a lot of heat there. You know, we ended up going out in the third trying to push to get that thing tied up. We did it. We got to the overtime, and just not the way we wanted to, you know, get into that overtime that quick.
I'm just wondering, is there an explanation for the dramatic shift from the first period to the second period and kind of continued?
No, I mean, we got to be better. We can't afford lapses like that. I don't have an explanation. It was a, you know, same thing where they come out and they're chasing. Now they're chasing it. They press, and I didn't think the response was good to start the second period. It just kind of went in there, and then we had to kill some penalties from there. And so I definitely think that we need to be better.
We can do two more. Left side, Dan.
In regards to Blake and that last play, I don't know if it's anybody else that gets caught in that spot, if they can do anything differently either. But was it your intent to throw him out there right away in overtime, or was that is that a plan, or is that just something you just do quickly on the bench there? Like, how does that work?
No, the plan was to continue to play the bench. We played the bench the entire game, and the plan was to continue to play the bench.
Last one, left side.
Just wanted to check on the status of Phil. Is everything okay with him? Is this a coach's decision, or what's the story with?
This is just part of Phil's, coming back after such a long layoff, and what we feel is best for him to continue to move forward for us. And so, you're asking a lot for a guy that missed 6 months to come back in and get up to that speed. And so, this is part of the plan for him.